Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's video will be March favorites. I've gathered quite a few items for this video. I did do a separate video for eyeshadow palettes because this month for some reason was eyeshadow palette frenzy. That video will be up before this and I will make sure to link it here, up above, and down below. If you want to check out my March favorites, skincare items, makeup, hair, leggings, then please keep on watching. Hello my friends, if it's your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Alicia and Kinky Sweat stands for my kinky hair and sweat life. I'm a fitness professional who loves beauty, eyeshadow, hair, skincare, and I love contortion too. If you want to check out my daily movement adventures, you can head over to my Instagram. My class schedule, workshop details, pop-up events can be found on my website. Let's just start off with clothes, shall we? I have the Aerie Play high-waisted pocket legging. These are the leggings I actually have on now. And I had to write down the name because I would just call these high-waisted, but if you wanted to search for them online, that is the name of the leggings. I love them because they're brushed on the inside. They're so comfortable. I don't like to feel like I'm wearing pants. That's just it. I always wear leggings for everything that I do. Even for outings, I'll just make sure that they're black. People will think they're pants, but they're not. They're soft, they're easy, they're comfortable, they're high-waisted so they don't drop on your body. They're hugging, but they don't suck you dry and suffocate you. Okay, we don't want that. Some people do, but not me. The waistband and the elastic band won't cut into your skin. There is like a side pocket that you could put in, I guess, your keys, your wallet, your phone if you're dog walking or just taking a quick stroll close to home. And the reason why I love these, like I have leggings that I wear for teaching and for filming when I'm out and about and training hardcore. Sometimes though, I don't want to wear those leggings at home, but I need to get into that mindset for training or just that mindset to do something physical, even if it's light exercise. I wear the Aerie leggings. These are great to train in as well as just to be casual in. Let's just say you work from home. I know I need to put on an outfit that just inspires work. I need something that's going to motivate me to get on the computer or to just be productive. If I keep my sweatpants and my Lucy tank on, I just can't leave that like relaxed mindset of like, oh, but I just want to watch the Netflix. Like, no, you have stuff to do. So put your leggings on or put whatever item of clothing on that's going to get you in that productive state of mind and get to it. Stay comfortable though, and that's what these do. They're $30, so not a bad buy. I have them in this, I have this color as well. It's like a maroon. And then I have a forest green. I almost bought the black ones, but I thought like, hold on. I know they're only $30 each, but please, you got enough. I have those three colors and I'm very happy with them. Again, super comfortable, inexpensive, and does great in the fitness realm, the home realm, or just the casual hangout realm. Soap for Sinners. I've mentioned this brand before and I think it was either December or my January favorites video. I had to bring them up again because, well, first of all, she made a seasonal bar. This is geranium. Just look how beautiful it is. I just love how homemade it looks. I mean, it is homemade. That's fact. I love items that look homemade that are actually homemade. The smell though is outrageously good. I think there's a little bit of citrus in here as well, along with the geranium. I love me some geranium, man. It is so good. It's soft on the skin. I believe you could also use this on your face, and I think there's like a powder or a fine something on the top of the bar, so it's lightly exfoliating as well. I don't know if she has this online. I will make sure to email her today and kind of find out if you could perhaps get it mailed from any of the booths at the Artisan Flea stations in Soho or in Chelsea. If we could make it happen collaboratively and you can get this mailed to you, if you love geranium, you will love that bar. Other items that I brought in from Soap for Sinners is their liquid soap. I would liken this to the Dr. Bronner soap. It's very similar in terms of smell and formula. I use this to wash my face halo. Look how clean this looks. I've used this several times. I featured this in my February favorite, so I've been using this for like a month now. Cleaned it each and every time after a use. Look at that. And I use this soap and it is so easy to clean. I pump both sides, I wet it, lather it up, make sure all the makeup gets out of the strands, out of the fibers, whack it in the shower so the excess water escapes and it dries faster on my little hook. And I feel that's a hygienic enough routine to ensure that this will not harbor bacteria or get anything weird on my face. So I really am comfortable in keeping my face halo clean, and I have to give it up to the Soap for Sinners liquid soap. This is in lavender. She might be able to send lavender or rose water from, again, her stations here in NYC. She only has peppermint online, and not that peppermint is bad, it's just not my most favorite fragrance, at least not on my body, because I have her lotion too, the body lotion, which is phenomenal. It's so lightweight but highly effective, not greasy at all, but just makes your skin feel like silk. Unfortunately, she only sells this online with the peppermint smell, and I hate peppermint on my body. I don't like how it feels. I don't like it in my nostrils. Some people like that minty whatever for their body care or whatever care, whether skincare, body care, or hair care. So when she came out with lavender and rose water, I was like, yes, if she made a geranium body lotion, oh my god, I will buy that so fast. Are you kidding me? She has a geranium and rose water like neck and face toner, so I feel like she's on her way there. She should do the lotion, at least. I will email her about this as well. And the last item, well, actually it's two, sorry. The next item is their Soap for Sinners hand-poured soy wax candle. This is the travel version, and I love it. It comes in this tin. You could travel with it. You don't have to worry about it getting damaged in transit. It's still lightweight, and although it's small, I feel you'll get a lot of burn time out of this. This is in the scent Mahogany, and it is such a smoky, it's like a sweet woodsy type of fragrance that I feel is perfect for home, perfect for the evening. If you love to light candles for winding down and you just need a scent that's going to ground you and just help you relax during your nighttime routine or just right before you go to bed. It's not citrusy or floral, so I feel it won't stimulate you in that way that will uplift you and wake you up. Maybe that's more appropriate for the day or getting ready for the day, or maybe a pick-me-up midday. This at night, Mahogany, so good. And the last item for Soap for Sinners is their essential oil mist. I use this to clean my phone every time before it touches anything in my house. I take the subway, city is dirty. The phone is a highly popular station for bacteria. You hold on to the train pole, you hold on to your phone to check your Instagram, you touch this, you touch that, you touch your phone. I spray this on paper towel that I reuse every day to just get everything off. This relies on witch hazel, floor water, aloe vera, and essential oils. So if you're not into Purell, which I'm not, I feel the Purell thing just kind of screwed us all up and contributed to crazy mutant viruses and like bacteria that is now very much existing right now in our lifetime. This is a more holistic approach to antiseptic, antibacterial sanitization. If you're into that, I would highly recommend this bottle. Soap for Sinners is a local brand here at NYC. I always love to speak about these brands because I know we love our mainstream brands, but they're just, I feel, some gems here in the city or any state or city that artists are looking to sell their products and they feel passionate about these items. So I always try to give a shout out whenever I can. But I use these things every day. I mean, I haven't stopped buying her soap, and it's the only thing I use on this body. I look forward to taking a shower because I know it's going to be an immaculate experience in terms of how my skin will feel, how it will smell, all because the fragrance for... okay, you get it. You get it. Hair. Natural Club's Flaxseed and Yogurt line really impressed me, friends. I have videos of not only a wash and go demo routine, but I also have a refresher demo on the channel. I love this a lot better. In addition to the custard, the edge control, and the gel, I love this a lot better than their avocado line stylers. The actual formula, the avocado curl custard formula is good. I like it. It defines my hair, it leaves it shiny, it leaves it soft. I love how it opens up throughout the week. The spirals stay in check, but I can't stand the smell. It's like some people love sandalwood, and anything in that fragrance category is a favorite for them, and I get it. I'm not a fan of sandalwoody types of scents. The fragrance in the Curl Custard is particularly strong, and it exists also in their shampoo, their conditioner, and their leave-in. And when you use all those products at once, that scent I feel just becomes overwhelming because it's the same scent from shampoo to styling, so you can't escape it. What I have been doing, if I insist on using the Curl Custard and those items, I'll use my Aqueous towel turban to squeeze out the excess product, and that helps eliminate the smell or just lessen it so it doesn't feel as like overwhelming around my face. I love this scent a lot better. It's like a sweet citrus fragrance that I could get down with, that I don't mind smelling throughout the day. Still lightweight, don't smell it as much as I do the Avocado Curl Custard. I smell it of course upon application, but it dissipates and it becomes lighter in terms of fragrance. And a lot of you had agreed that we liked the Curl Custard a lot better than the gel on wash and go day. But when I did my refresher video using the Curl Custard, I liked my results. I did feel it was a little, of course I didn't mention this in the video because I was feeling it out and trying to get a handle of what I was experiencing. I felt this was still a little too much product for me on a refresher day. I much prefer the gel on refresher day. As you can see, it's just a lighter texture, it's a little more fluid in formula, and I feel because of that a little more detangling than the custard. Both the custard and the gel are very detangling and immaculate at that, I should say. Any tangles that you might have, gone. But if you're like me and you experience a lot of tangles on refresher day, especially if it's 3 or 4 days after original wash and go day, I would rely on something that has a little more fluidity, a little more detangling power to tackle those portions of my hair, especially near the crown of my hair, that get really tangled, and I could use all the help I can get with slip, with that slide, and this gel gives me that. I used this yesterday and I'm so sorry I didn't film my application process, but I really love this as a refresher because even though it says extreme hold, the Curl Custard I feel provides a little more hold, but the texture I still feel is lighter. So I really been liking this for my refresher days, and this has a shorter shelf life than the Curl Custard does. The Curl Custard we have for, I think the Curl Custard is 12 months, but the gel is only 3, so I want to make sure that I use this up before the 3-month mark for sure. The edge control, I'm a fan. I don't really use a lot of edge control, so I don't have a lot to compare this to. If you love edge control, if you use several edge control products and you happen to be using the flaxseed and yogurt, let me know what you think down below. Super easy to use. I mean, I'm not really like an edge control type of person. I could really care less. I mean, this is as much as you're gonna get. And if I want them a little flatter, a little more swirly looking, then I'll use the edge control. If I want a really slicked back high poof, then I'll use the edge control, a little water, a little brushing. If it doesn't layer or gum up either, you could apply this every day and you wouldn't get bad product residue. So all across the board, really impressed with Natural Club's flaxseed and yogurt line. I will continue to use these products for my wash and goes and refresher days. Units! My first Beautylish PR package. A huge thank you to Claire over at Beautylish for reaching out to me. They were very kind in sending me their synthetic brush line. They even sent me a little Beautylish note. I keep it in with the brushes to remind myself that I'm appreciated in some capacity. Before you go on about how can you talk about synthetic brushes right now, Alicia? Wayne and Sonia are in the room. I wanted to touch on a couple of points regarding synthetic brushes. Units is a line exclusively sold at Beautylish. They want to be able to offer up tools for makeup artists to start their kit with that are not super expensive. Synthetic brushes are generally less expensive than natural hair ones. If you have natural hair brushes, then you know that they apply product flawlessly well, even more so than the synthetic brush. But I like to use my synthetic brushes for cream items. I still prefer my Wayne Goss 24S for my foundation. That fan brush has just been immaculate for me in terms of application. I've been using it every day and I just can't imagine myself using anything else. I did try their Unit 101, which is a slanted buffer brush. It's okay. I think because I love my Wayne 24S so much that I feel it just works product beautifully into my skin. This I had to work a little bit to get it in there there. It took me a little while to make sure that the finish didn't look textured and it looked super smooth and skin-like. Some standout brushes that I do love from the Units collection is their Unit 109. This is a smaller slanted buffer brush that I love for under the eye. It could be great for more precise contour work if you like to work with cream mediums for contour or highlights. I love this brush. This is their Unit 107. It's an angled buffer brush, and I've been using my Chanel Tan de Soleil. It's been a while since I used that, friends, and I thought I should pop it out again. Why not? She's been sleeping beautying in my drawer, and I was like, you're expensive. How come I'm not using you? I use this to apply it on my cheekbones, and it's perfect. Again, it's a cream product. I rather use cream products with synthetic bristles because they can take a little more of a beating than natural hair can. And also, I love these two little pencil brushes that came into the collection. This is Unit 125 and 128. This is a pencil brush unlike anything I have in my collection. And the other one here, which I think will be ideal for gel pot eyeliner. Gel pot eyeliner is rough on bristles. If it dries down, you have to wash your bristles right away because it'll dry down and just make it it just crunches over the bristles. These could take a beating more so than like I feel natural hair brushes can when it comes to liner. And generally speaking, if you love to delve into avant-garde looks, if you really love to go ham in and around Halloween, every day of the year, using shades like, for instance, in my ColourPop eyeshadow palette that I still haven't used but bought these, they're so new. I'm not using my natural hair brushes on these colors, okay? I'm gonna use synthetic brushes and really pack on color, like crazy colors like the purples and the blues and the reds that can stain natural hair bristles like a mother. I will feel a lot comfortable if I wanted to do one of those looks one day. I would use brushes like the ones from the Unit collection that I feel are nicely designed, but again, are better suited for eyeshadows like these. The Viseart palette that I haven't touched, the 08 editorial, I don't want to use Sonia and Wayne on these colors. Like, these will stain. At most, if I were ever to use a Wayne brush with these shadows, is to blend it out. But to actually pack on color, like, I would use a synthetic packer brush to get the shade on there first, and then I will blend it out. There's some blend out brushes here that I actually really like. This is the Unit 113. This is one of their blender brushes. Their Unit 123, which is more pointed and I feel ideal for crease work or if you have small hooded eyes. And of course, synthetic is the way to go if you just don't use natural hair brushes because you have animal allergies, or it's just from an ethics point of view, you just don't use brushes. Even if Wayne's or Sonia's are said to be cruelty free and you feel there's just no way that's possible because it's animal hair, how it could be cruelty free? That's another discussion, and I get it. It's a very important one to have. If you cannot use natural hair brushes for any of those reasons, then I would recommend these. I think they're really nice. The handles are pretty short, so if you don't like short handled brushes, maybe these aren't for you, but I really love the shapes that this collection has. A couple of other brushes, the face brushes. This is another slanted angled powder brush. This is like a pinch tapered, more precise cheek if you like. This is their powder brush, really nice for buffing out. I mean, they're really soft, absolutely. Do they perform as well as my Sonia and Wayne brushes? Absolutely not. Scientifically, natural hair brushes will just apply powder better because they have pores and they will distribute the product more evenly and just precisely more so than a synthetic brush would. The synthetic bristles are not going to pick up product the same way like a natural hair brush is, and therefore will not yield the same results. If you want your skin to look airbrushed, poreless, and just buffed, then that's what you got to do. But if you want to have fun and do really colorful, bold looks, but you don't want to dirty up your Sonia, Wayne, Hakuhoro, Chikuhoro eyeshadow brushes, then use synthetic, because it's not worth damaging and staining your bristles for like blue green eyeshadow, you know what I mean? But if you're feeling creative one day and want to dive into those shades but you don't want to ruin your natural hair brushes, then definitely go synthetic. Those are the few standout brushes that I've been using in my routine regularly. But of course, I have a REPHR brush video on my channel as well. I've been using these suckers every day. These are definitely natural hair brushes and premium ones at that. Their powder brush is just unlike anything I have in my collection, and it is such a luxurious part of my routine. They also told me that a lot of these will be restocked by late next week, and when that happens, I'll be sure to post it on the community board so you all are alerted and are ready to pick anything up if you were thinking about it. 05, immaculate for the super shock shadows. Like, oh my gosh. The 04, I never really contoured my face because I just thought it was a dumb step. And also when I contoured and bronzed at the same time, I just had a high risk of mud. And then anytime that could have happened, if it didn't, great makeup day I'm having. But if it did, it just discouraged me, and I was like, you know what, forget it. I'm not gonna contour anymore because it's dumb. It's not dumb with the 04. I've been using my Makeup Forever sculpting set that I put together. This is S116. What is it? Let me look at my notes. H108, H106. I use this to contour. I use this to carve out under the contour and the bronzer. And sometimes I use this to highlight, whether it's the cheekbone, bridge of the nose, inner corner, brow bone. I've been using this non-stop because of this brush. I felt that sometimes it was hit or miss when I applied both contour and bronzer. It will be muddy one day and it'll just not be the other. The unpredictability was just, forget it. You know what I mean? This though, because it is so soft and the brush head small, it just ensures perfect application each and every time. So I've been using this nonstop because of the 04. The 05, I've been using nonstop with the ColourPop Super Shock blushes. I've known about these forever, and I've used them a few times years ago. It hasn't been that long. Okay, fine, maybe months ago. And again, when you find the right brush and it just applies product beautifully, flawlessly, easily, then you're re-inspired to use makeup items that you put down that you haven't used in a long time, because again, the application is everything. The ease of use, these brushes have really changed the game for me, especially the number 5. I use this every day with my Super Shock blush from ColourPop, and it just makes applying that formula just incredibly easy. Again, any updates concerning REPHR brushes, I'll be sure to put on the community board, so make sure you look out for that. Makeup items. Now, eyeshadow palettes are in a separate video. Again, that video will be linked down below. Some standout makeup items that I have been loving, and some I'm like late to the game too, so don't make fun of me, okay? The Natasha Denona Bloom Blush and Glow palette. This has been a favorite amongst many. I much rather have a palette like this from Natasha Denona. Her bigger diamond palette, it's just a lot more user-friendly and less intimidating. There's less product to use, so it makes it foolproof in terms of like what to use, when to use, and where to use. It has a plastic flap to separate the cream products from the powder products so you don't get any texture contamination. This is such a beautiful shade. You could apply this with your finger. It just melts into your skin. This shade right here just covers so many skin tones across the board, because you could use little to create that flush, or if you're a deeper skin tone, you could use a lot to create that flush. And this is such a universal color, which I feel is amazing. I use this sometimes with my 05. I know I already have blush on, but just hold on. It's just so easy to apply, and I feel this shade is ideal for that natural flush of color, especially now as we enter the spring season. I think it always has, but very much so now. And you could go crazy. You could put it around your eyes and more on the forehead and just create that flushed look that brackets the face beautifully. I mistakenly said that you apply this first. I think she applied this first on the video. You could take the number 5 and just pull it across your cheeks, and it just gives you a beautiful glow. And then you go back to like the super extreme glow and just pat it on the very tops of your cheekbones, and that will lighten up the peachy type of highlighter. It's a great palette, and again, the color story is amazing. It just hits so many skin tones across the board, and I feel it's an immaculate formula. I hope Natasha comes out with more face palettes this size with 4 pans, because I feel it also is very much easier to travel with because it's just smaller in size. It has a great mirror for travel. It stands up on its own, so if you wanted to prop this on something, that could be like your vanity mirror on the go. Huge fan of that, and a huge fan of this next Bar of Gold palette. And this is so funny. This has already been labeled as a favorite amongst many, like in their 2018 favorites list and just a list before that. The Charlotte Tilbury Bar of Gold palette. Initially, when I purchased this, I was not impressed. I feel because I wasn't applying it correctly. I was using the wrong brush. I was only using one shade at a time because I was like, oh, well, maybe these two will look really good on me. This one alone will look funny on me. But when I apply this all at once, there are no more leaves to blow. You blew them all away. Can you please go? I take my REPHR number 4 and I just pull it across all the bars. And then I just put it on my cheekbone, and my goodness. One day when I did that, I realized, I was like, wow, this really is an amazing highlighter. I love the shine and how fine the powder is. It looks like a veil of skin highlighter on your cheekbone. The shine is amazing. It doesn't look textured. It looks smooth, but it looks bright. And the twinkle, there's like a twinkle in the formula that's unlike a lot of highlighters that I own. The twinkle is there without the texture and without the heaviness. It doesn't look like powder on your skin. It looks like skin, but it just gives beautiful brilliance to the cheekbones. And again, using the right brush, whether it's this or my Sonergy Sculpt 2, the newer design, immaculate when used with the Charlotte Tilbury Bar of Gold palette. I mean, beyond. I've been using this sucker every day. I freaking love it. I'm so happy I revisited it, tried it again with a different brush, different technique, used all the bars at once instead of just one at a time, and now I love it. So happy with this product. Now, I'm kind of mad at this company. I know I did a video on it and I have it still and I'm using it. The reason why I'm mad is because they took so long to create deeper bronzing shades. Over a decade. And now Fenty's coming out with their highlighters and they came out with several shades at once. You know, it's like, come on, Benefit. Hoola Caramel shade is a beautiful bronzing shade for my skin tone. I'm NC42 in MAC and I have all of my foundation references down below if you want to check them out. This is a beautiful shade of bronzing. It's just the perfect tone for me. It's not too neutral, but it's not too orange. It just provides warmth to my skin. I look like I've been in the sun. It's something that I can produce on my own, theoretically. Like, why did they take so long to make that freaking shade? And toasted. Did you see Nima Tang's video? I mentioned this in my eyeshadow palette favorites video. Even the toasted looked like a highlighter on her. It's insane. I want to find out why Benefit took so long to create these shades. Like, should they just outright and say it? Like, did they think people of color, and I know that's a very vague statement, people of a deeper complexion would not buy their products? So that's why they just made Hoola the original Hoola shade, because that skin spectrum are the only people who buy Benefit. I'm happy they eventually formulated these deeper shades, but I still have questions. I will still wear caramel, but who knows? I don't know if the Fenty one's going to be better. I'm definitely going to pick up 1 or 2 shades of that, and their new Kilowatt highlighter shade looks bomb, and their other foil like cheek blush that's like red in tone looks killer as well. It is a favorite in terms of formula. I love how the powder has been applying on my face. It just looks warm, it looks smooth, it looks diffused, it looks like skin, and it is the ideal bronzing shade for me, without a doubt. Drugstore item that I love, the Wet n Wild Photofocus Pressed Powder. I have been eyeing this for a little bit. I always passed by it because I was just too lazy to figure out what could be my shade. I have this in golden tan, and I use this to buff out my makeup as well as set my foundation. It's such a beautiful, smooth powder that I feel just blurs, is lightweight. I mean, you can't see it on the swatch. Sometimes I use this with my REPHR number 6 and just go on, like this has a mirror, hello, and just go over my makeup. It doesn't look heavy on the skin either. It just makes me look super diffused, and I love that it's only like $4 or $5. It doesn't have a mirror, but I feel that just makes it more lightweight to pack. It's just a plastic closure. I really like this powder. I don't know how it would be under the eyes. I'd rather use a loose powder for my under eyes, but this is great for the rest of the face. If you happen to be entering spring, summer, and you want something lighter powder-wise for your face, that I definitely think you should check out the Wet n Wild Pressed Powder Photofocus for sure. Skincare. So I recently picked up the Neogen Real Vita C Powder Lemon. Now this is a very interesting product. I quickly mentioned this in my empties video that I recently purchased because it has 17% pure vitamin C of LAA, but it's a powder and it's not going to break down as fast as a liquid formula would, which led me to buy this because usually the problem everyone encounters with liquid LAA formulas is that they break down rather quickly. If they're exposed to the air, the efficacy just diminishes over time. This will not, because it's the powder. The effectiveness is just gonna, I feel, stay on top for a longer period of time. It is a pain to apply, and the reason why I still consider a favorite and I don't care is because I just want the most vitamin C I can get, the most efficient level ever. So what you do is I take the Neogen Real Ferment Micro Essence, pour that in my hand, take the little scoop that it comes with, get the powder in the essence, and gently press it in. You put a little more essence to make sure it dissolves. You squish it, and then you press it onto your face. You know, Alicia, heck no, I'm not doing all that. Fine. I like to do it because I make time for my skincare and I want to make sure I get the most out of this skincare vitamin C product. I also emailed them because I felt that I was still experiencing graininess even after the product absorbed. They did say that it is normal and just to apply more essence. I found if I apply more essence with the essence and the powder already in my hand, it yields better results than if I were to press more essence onto my skin. I tried both ways and I much prefer just putting more essence in my hand and just getting it in that way. And whatever left over I have, press in general, if you're doing this, press it onto the back of your hands. They could use all the protection they need as well. I will get back to you in terms of how I feel the vitamin C, how it positively contributes to lightening my acne scars that I have and hyperpigmentation that I have. It does smell like vitamin C. If you ever use SkinCeuticals, even the Drunk Elephant C Firma, LAA does leave like a LAA smell on the skin. I smell it all day because I just press it on my face and sometimes I press it near my nose and it's inevitable. It's not terrible. I'm very sensitive to fragrance and that's why I mention it. But I think because I've been using it more, I've just gotten used to it. This is only instructed to use 3 times a week. So I'm not using it every day. Even if I use it 2 times a week, then I could take the smell twice a week. You know what I mean? Happy I bought it. I know it's a task applying, but I don't care. Like, I will go through any means to make sure that I get the best vitamin C product for my skin. These are not new products, but I wanted to share a new favorite technique with mascara. I included this as a favorite in my last video. Initially, I was trying to figure out the relationship with fetish eyes. When I used it for the first time, I wasn't quite sure if I loved it or if I just liked it or if I hated it. I kept on using it because I knew there was something in this mascara that I loved. I couldn't pinpoint it because, again, figuring things out. Then I went back to the Too Faced Waterproof Better Than Sex because this is my ride or die mascara. Going back and forth, I noticed, although I didn't like how the fetish eyes from Pat McGrath builds, I felt when I put too much, my lashes started to drop a little bit and lost the curl and the lift. When I used the Too Faced alone, I felt that I loved the lift and the curl, but they weren't flared enough and also not as black as the fetish eyes. So I make sure I curl my lashes a lot with my Shiseido eyelash curler. Apply the fetish eyes first to set up the flare because this is exceptional at flare. Once you get the flare, and because I love how the fetish eyes dries down, it's like a soft type of dry down. It doesn't dry down crispy or hard, which makes it great for layering. Wait till the fetish eyes dry and then I apply the Too Faced. So good. I love how my lashes have been looking. I don't know if you can tell, but I love how they flare out, but they still look thick, voluminous, long, like fluttery. This combination has been my holy grail mascara routine for the month of March. These mascaras together, again, because they offer different benefits when I use them together, and now I'm screwed because they both like cost $20-something, $30-something each. I did try the CoverGirl Exhibitionist. I'm not crazy about it, so maybe that will be my fail. I felt like it was really goopy and heavy on my lashes, so it's not something I would revisit. Maybe I have to play with the application. Maybe I need just a clean spoolie nearby. Let's wrap up with a handful. I featured them in my last video and I had to give them a shout out because in that video I said that I lost one of these earrings, and I was hoping that they were able to sell me another pair. Kitty reached out to me via Instagram and she said, "Thank you so much for featuring us in your favorites video. I'll be more than happy to replace them." I'm like, but I lost them. She was willing to replace these earrings. Not only Kitty, but Chloe Chu, who designed these earrings, also reached out to replace them. They are so pretty and I feel so unique. So I was happy and blown away by Handful's kindness. This is a little pouch that the earrings come in. Very pleased with that. So I was so thankful that they were able to replace these for me free of charge. But I also picked up these suckers. I wore these during the Color Rain Safari Rain eyeshadow palette review. Aren't these the sickest? They are so pretty and I feel so unique. I just love the design on the top portion of the earring, but then this burnished gold is just beautiful, like earthy, vibrant. Like these are just sickening. Right now I have Eastleigh on. Eastleigh is just my favorite as well. Iridescent acrylic earrings you just cannot go wrong with. These are phenomenal. Between a Handful, Eastleigh, and also Glitter Limes, Debbie, I haven't forgotten about you. She makes the lightning bolts that I wore in my Charlotte Tilbury video. Sometimes if I wore like the small cucumbers or small little glitter limes, that's another favorite earring company of mine. A lot of you had also suggested that I do like an earring collection video. It's coming. It's coming. Whew, I think we got it all in, friends. It was a lot of favorites. Oof. Let me know what your favorites have been, as well as some fails. Maybe it's a product that I recommended. If you find that it didn't apply well or you're having trouble with it, we could talk about it. Perhaps we could change it for the better. And with all that said, it's a wrap. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video helped. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And until then, I'll see you on here again with another tutorial, how-to, demo, or favorites. Take care and I'll see you again soon. Today's channel, and I have a list because I needed to make sure I have to make sure I check everything. I have the Aerie Play high-waisted pocket legging. These are the leggings I actually have on now. Wait, no, those are Beyond Yoga. Hold on. I lost my pencil. Where is it? Like it's holographic. Leggings done. Other items that I brought out it is from I pump one on whack it in the shower so it with this routine and keeping my face halo queen. Floor water. I feel like you can't even see my freaking hair because the camera is that better. We like the curl custard better on Wash and Co day. Wash and Co. What did it say on the website? I forgot what did it say 12 months or I think I put 12. Hello? Oh my god, their powder brush, their powder. The number 5, I've been using nonstop with ColourPop's Super Shock. Really, they're cutting up the grass. You're killing me. It just hits so many skin Whoa. But I'm so happy I revisited it, and I hold the Wet n Wild Photofocus, or even the Drunk Fella. Like I don't like how these eyebrows look, but god.